Back to the 20th century. My name is Peter White and today's the 12th of September 1999. It's Mordialloc Sailing Club opening day, the last of the century. Today in this video we'll get an insight into what the club looked like back in those days and the type of boats they sailed. We'll meet some of the people who helped shape the club and we'll speak with several past Commodores and current members. So let's go. This is the thoroughfare for boats coming through to drop off their trailers and out to the car park at the back. Out in the distance is the Sabo selection trials that are taking place this weekend. And as you can see, it's very misty further down the bay. We've had a fog this morning and it's still lifting. So it's unusual that we can't see down even to Chelsea Yacht Club. And as we swing around, just taking a panoramic view of the club as it is today. Inside the long hallway and through into the long room.
Well, exactly. Well, I suppose we could go away.
Sorry, this is the lady getting prepared for today's luncheon.
The lady standing in the round chatting. What's you got them at Mangarelli. And we rang them and they just said, and they just said, well, I mean, all you do is you buy your tiles there. They recommended this tile. We used to have a reasonable job. But well, what do you do next?
Well, exactly. And it's always
tiles are done.
Something that will annoy you.
And you know, we said.
Again, this is a long room where they have committee meetings, where they have other minor little functions, etc. And preparation of food.
I actually, what did they do?
For occasions like this.
Friday, he didn't leave till nearly 7 o'clock Friday night. I actually might go down and find out stuff.
And here's one of the famous paintings, photos in actual fact, that had hung in the main room of the sailing club for many years before the extension was put on. And this, as you can see, this was taken back in the late 60s prior to the seawall. You can see a reef just there where the rocks are, an outcrop of rocks. And further down on the other side was another small outcrop of rocks. And most boats used to sail out through there for the beginning of the race. That of course now is all been filled in by the seawall. Further down here. We'll have a quick look in here. Hope nobody's in here. Anybody wants to know what it's like? Thank goodness nobody's in the shower or anywhere else. So that's the ladies' change room, etc., etc. Out again. into the men's. And again, let's pray. And then washroom. And of course these extensions have only been put up since 1997. As you can see, there's probably a lot of sabo sailors and other guys getting prepared. Sailing today. Here's the shower recess area. Plenty of room for everybody. And here's one of our fellow sailors getting ready early for the race.
Yes, well prepared early. Might pay off.
With a bit of luck. This is a small entrance into the main room. And as you can see on the wall, the executive committee from last season, 1998 to 1999. And here Gary Hosey, the new Commodore for this year, 1999 to 2000. Christine Dance, one of the members of the Time Capture Committee. Ainsley Allen. Cassie Elliker has been a long-standing member. Martin Slyer, ex-Commodore. Tony Hemmon, Fulvio, as well Peter Taylor, an ex-Commodore of the club. So we head on into the main room. Always there for wet feet and young kids. A little bit of an ad for our great sponsors of the club, for the winter series especially. So ever in need of anything along these lines, just call in the entire group. Up above the Great Selena, if you can see her properly in the light. A grand old boat of many years, built I believe in 1954. Won an Australian title I believe in 1964. And many other titles too, of course. Now look up on the honour boards. Some class champions. Victorian. And some life members of the club. And over here is the Commodore's board. And hopefully today we'll speak to perhaps some of these names and put a face to them. You're on a board for Australian champions have been produced at the club. And again, some more Victorian class champions. From the boards we go into some of the flags and jocks of Alan Rock, previous Commodore of the club. Some stories to tell there, I bet. Further on there's a flags from New Zealand, Mirror Championship, another Murray's Bay Boating Club in New Zealand. When the Sabo Championships were held in at Mordialloc, and of course the Mordialloc flag itself. Other flags, the blue one, the Takapuna Boating Club of New Zealand near Auckland. The Royal New Zealand Yacht Club, the blue with the red crown. Other Dinghy Championship flags for competition. This one's in actual fact from Baltimore in the United States. A visitor came and sailed here for a couple of weeks on a holiday and presented the club with the flag. The Royal Akarana Yacht Club of New Zealand again. Of course, previous Commodores of the club. Here is the hub of the club, the kitchen. Without the kitchen, it'd be very difficult. Hello ladies, again. That's on the smallest board. That's the layout of the kitchen with the pie warmers.
Yeah, lovely. Can I have a copy?
Heather Griffiths, Steve Griffiths, the Commodore's wife.
I mean, the saying said I go and sit for free at home game, it's going to cost me $40. A
few trophies identifying previous regattas at the club that we have conducted. Trophy cabinet above the bar, and some of the classes that were sold at Mordialloc in 1999. And perhaps this is another hub for the club, the bar. Panning across. We have the notice board scattered with various items of information, for sale notices, sailing instructions, the old pool table, various pictures, and perhaps one of the greatest pictures that we possess, the first Mordialloc regatta in 1890. Now that's going back a fair way. 1890. Bit of a treasure to the club, I feel. A few other trophies as we pan around. To a great shot here of two past Commodores, Roy Goldsworthy on the right and Eden Elliker on the left. Out doing their normal duties on the patrol boats. Doing a great job. And here on the start boat, again Roy Goldsworthy is there somewhere along with the two Dons. Through to the boat shed and briefing room. Briefing board. Details of the Sabo race this morning. The courses. And some of the gear. Five of the six Sabos are out sailing this morning. The entrance where we bring on the crash boats after the race. Some of the boys. And up the stairs to the tower. This is a tower where we conduct the races, the safety control room, where you can get a good view into the storage area and the view out to the bay. Mordialloc Pier, of course. And the flagpole with a couple of contenders each side. Again, the Sabos out sailing in their selection trials. And out the door to the balcony. Where I believe some anxious Sabo parents are looking on. And up over the roof. Again, that fog is still very thick further down the bay. Most unusual that we can only see a few kilometres. And out to the other side, some flying 15s. Across the Mordialloc Creek. From the bottom of the stairs of the tower, we now head outside. To the back of the club, and of course the Mortality Creek. Bit of activity happening this morning. There's a number of boats heading out on this absolutely wonderful day. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Only a light, gentle breeze, which hopefully will pick up for this afternoon's racing. Here's a mural on the wall that has been painted in the last couple of years. The house of Peter Allnut has been there for many, many years, 30, 40 years, something along those lines. Further on to the left, we'll quickly pan around. To the crane that has been put in for the last 2 or 3 seasons. It makes it so much easier to get the patrol boats in and out of the water in quick time without any hassles. This is a view from the storage area on ground level with the tower in the background. Again, a number of flying 15s. Up to the crane. Quite an impressive asset for the sailing club. Across the road here to the creek again. And up to an escort. Escort's been around for a long time. Very trusted boat that's helped in a lot of support and rescues over the years. Been to other clubs to help out. Across the river, the normal Sunday fishermen, and out to the pier. A view from the creek, looking back at the sailing club with all the cars parked well out of the way of the rigging area. The entrance of the Mordialloc Creek to the bay. Sabo's in the distance rounding the leeward mark. And another slow pan from the mouth of the creek, back looking at Aspendale. Slowly panning back to the club. Tide being fairly well out this morning. There's the retaining wall, which was built at the end of the 60s or the beginning of the very early 70s. And many people won't know this, but just a few months before the retaining wall was to be built, the water was in fact lapping up against the building, the club building, which is where the tower is now. You can see from here. It was actually lapping up onto the brickwork itself and the stumps. Wall. And all the land where the park there is. From the entry to the car park, we're looking back at the rigging area. We're expecting up to 100 boats today. Anything from Sharpies right down to Sabo's, and anything in between, including multi-hulls. And the latest skiffs, the 29ers and the 49ers, as well as 14-footers, javelins, including contenders. More viewing of the rigging area. all the day's champions pondering over this afternoon's race. And the ultimate boat, the Sabo. This of course is the ramp that was incorporated with the seawall when the seawall was originally built. As you can see, it's a lovely wide ramp that can take at least 2 boats at any one time, and it's one of the advantages of Mordialloc. Such easy access to the beach. View down to Espandale, one of the new type of boats, the 49er. And another view out to the beach. Some more skiffs. Local yachties walking past the camera. View of the car park at the top end of the club, the entranceway, as cars and boats come through.
Anywhere you can, Jeff.
What you want to do is, before the end of the year, is go through them and say, well, look, this one's down, this one's down, this one's down. Get rid of them.
Another pan around to the
Well, I like it's an excellent time.
rigging area. Plenty of activity this morning. As it hasn't even got to 12 o'clock yet. Still plenty of boats out there getting ready for this afternoon's race. One of the big cats, a couple of big cats rigging up on the beach. I believe our record for any opening day is 227 boats back in 1972. Again, then it was a superb day. Beautiful blue sky and a lovely breeze blowing. Hopefully this afternoon we'll get up to 15 knots and it'll be fabulous for everyone. This is a view from the corner of the rigging area back toward the club. Interesting, just pan across slowly, take it all in. And to see that this is what it was like on the 12th of September 1999. And as you can see there, the two reefs jutting out from the sea wall that I'd identified earlier in the picture in the hallway of the yacht club itself. There's still remnants of the old reef. And this is where the boats used to come in and out of back in the 60s and before. And now, of course, they just come up the ramp, which is closer to the camera.